All right, here we are for part 2 of learning to confront. This is the word for you today, our daily devotion, and our scripture for learning to confront part 2 is Hebrews 12 and 11, which says, "For the moment, all discipline seems painful rather than pleasant, but later it yields the peaceful fruit of righteousness." Excuse me. Healthy confrontation calls for putting the other person's well-being above your own interests. So how do you confront someone in the right way? By doing these 3 things. Number 1, be sure. There must be a good reason to confront, and it should be a rare event, not an everyday one. You shouldn't relish the experience. If you do, you need to examine your own motives. Are you feeling superior? Are you redirecting your anger toward this person over a completely different issue? Are you lifting yourself up by putting them down? Before confronting someone, you must answer these questions truthfully. 2, be specific. Vagueness leads to an uncertain outcome, no matter how tactful and gracious your words may be. Make sure you know the reason for the confrontation, then make it clear to the other person. Number 3, be sensitive. Every situation is different, so a season of soul searching and prayer should precede any face-to-face encounter. Otherwise, you're setting yourself up for problems, and the other person will sense uncertainty and uneasiness in your words. Don't run that risk. If you haven't taken the time to pray and get counsel beforehand, don't jump into the situation on your own. We have all seen this type of Clint Eastwood, go ahead, make my day approach. I like that. Without fail, it leaves confusion, resentment, and a trail of wounded souls. Make sure your words and tone of voice are attuned to the person you're dealing with. And try to keep your personal agenda in check. None of this is about you. Pay close attention to timing, choose your words carefully, and for sure, pray for guidance. Remember, Christ-like confrontation brings the right result every time. Exactly. What would Jesus say? What would Jesus do? How would Jesus want to act? And, you know, our pastor says something that always sticks with me when, you know, sometimes, you know, I'm human and I mess up and I'm not very nice to someone, you know, or I confront them in a way that if I had to do it again, I wouldn't have been so harsh. And I usually end up telling them that and apologizing. But he says, you know, when you're dealing with somebody, you're talking to them or, you know, confronting them in some way, at the end of it, ask yourself if you could still share Jesus with this person based on how you treated them. Could you share Jesus with them? Would they want to listen to you at that point? And so that really always, I think that's a very powerful way to look at it, because if we leave it to ourselves, a lot of times we'll act on emotion. But if you know, they should see the Jesus coming out in you, and Jesus wouldn't talk to somebody like that. So you know, just try. I know it's not easy. I'm talking to myself too. So anyway, that is the word for you today. And I hope you have a God bless day. We will see you tomorrow. Take care.